Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Roan. Thousands of mourners have gathered along the Royal Mile in Edinburgh to watch the Queen's coffin make its final journey from Balmoral Castle. Her Majesty's coffin will remain in the Scottish capital for 24 hours before it begins its journey to London. The arrival coming just hours after the royal proclamation was read out in Edinburgh, declaring her son, Charles, king.
God save the King!
The declaration was met with boos while a woman was arrested for holding up an anti-monarchy sign. Proclamation ceremonies have also been held in Belfast and Cardiff, as well as here in Australia, while our PM has confirmed a public holiday has been declared for September 22nd to mark the Queen's death. There are concerns the last-minute public holiday to honour Her Majesty could have unintended consequences for the health system. Elective surgeries may be delayed due to staffing. AMA President Steve Robson says many patients could be impacted.
One of the things that's happened in the pandemic is there's been enormous pressure on healthcare, and many patients have waited a long time to have procedures, so they'll be extremely anxious at the moment to see whether these things can go ahead with this sudden announcement of a public holiday.
To other news now, commemorations have been held across the US to mark the 21st anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Memorials have been held at the three places where planes were hijacked in 2001. President Joe Biden took part in a sombre wreath-laying ceremony at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C.
Through all that has changed over the last 21 years, the enduring resolve of the American people to defend ourselves against those who seek us harm and deliver justice to those responsible for the attacks against our people has never once faltered.
At least 5 people have died after a powerful earthquake struck Papua New Guinea. The quake measured 7.6 on the Richter scale and prompted a tsunami warning, which has since been lifted. It was felt right across PNG. Today marks 8 years since William Tyrrell disappeared from his grandmother's house at Kendall on the New South Wales mid-north coast. The 4-year-old was famously dressed in a Spider-Man outfit at the time. The Homicide Squad says their investigation is still very much active. And new research has found menopause accelerates the ageing of women's brains, meaning they could be more susceptible to dementia. Monash University scientists examined 10 years' worth of data, finding women's brains tend to age more rapidly after menopause than in men of the same age with poorer health. To sport now, at the US Open, Spain's Carlos Alcaraz is up against Casper Ruud in the final this morning. The Rabbitohs will face the Sharks in the NRL semi-finals after a 30-14 win over the Roosters. Meantime, in the women's comp, the Roosters beat Newcastle 18-16 in a thriller. AFL prelim finals tickets go on sale this morning, and Australia has claimed victory by 25 runs in the third one-dayer against New Zealand in Cairns. For even more sports news, make sure you check out the Sports Update. You'll find it wherever you're listening to this show. In entertainment news, and Ray J is threatening legal action against Kim Kardashian after she suggested he assaulted her. She made the claims during an episode of the Kardashians' Hulu show. And Steven Spielberg's new film, The Fabelmans, which looks at his early filmmaking days, has received a standing ovation at the Toronto International Film Festival. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you later on for another episode of The Update.